Greetings, this is Tarot Illumination. Sorry I couldn't make it Sunday night for our stuff. I've got this issue up here with my sinuses and eyes and ears and nose and everything and throat. I'm sort of recovering today. And so this is just going to be a really short little informative video. I couldn't resist. Apparently it's Grandpa Joe's birthday today. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I can't resist. I'm curious. And I'm sure there's thousands of astrologers who've already done their reports and everything, and they're all unbiased and they're all apolitical or whatever. But I'm going to give you my own opinion. Before I even looked at his horoscope, now I have not drawn it out with my astrodoodle. I went straight over to astro.com, where you can enter the data and pull things up and so on. And excuse me. And I thought, things that I'm looking for in advance. I thought, I need what I expect to see before I even looked at his chart. I expected to see a very strong emphasis with Neptune and with the 12th house, whatever the planets are, wherever they are. And I wasn't going to be surprised if there was a severe problem with the Aquarius-Leo axis, because that's very important for the United States. And it resonates very strongly with China. Okay, the Aquarius theme resonates very strongly with the United States and with China. China and the USA both have an Aquarius moon, different houses, different placements and everything, so on. So those are the first things that jumped out to me. I thought, I'm going to look for the Leo Aquarius axis. I'm going to look for the 12th house and see what else pops up. So I'm just going to share with you now. I'm doing a screen share, really professional. Here we go. See if this works. Here we go. Let's try this. Okay, so what you should see over here is a computer-generated chart from astro.com. See, there it is, right there. And there it is. There's Grandpa Joe. There's his birthday today from 1942, Scranton, Pennsylvania, 8:30 a.m. Now, isn't that interesting? Look what we found. 12th house issues. Look what we also found. A very powerful Scorpio-Taurus opposition. Now, isn't that interesting that right now today, in the last few months, really, we've been seeing this buildup to crescendo regarding the Taurus-Scorpio major opposition, which is, in my interpretation, very much about the global financial system and how completely fraudulent and corrupted and to the point of no return for the whole of human population. Corruption on the Scorpio-Taurus axis. Well, isn't that interesting? Right over here, can you see my little pointer wiggling around? There's the number 12. And on this chart, it's an intercepted natural chart. I like to do whole signs, but I thought I'd just go with what the computers pull up. So let's follow this out here. See all this little cluster here? This is all Scorpio, all of it. It's a huge, powerful stellium, all hovering around the 12th house area. In fact, Mars is in Scorpio just at the tiny edge of the 11th, so it might as well be in the 12th. But, we'll give it its due. So let's focus on this. We got Sun, Mercury, and Venus, all in the 12th house. Why is that an issue to me? What's wrong with that? What's good about that? Well, I mean, it's easy for me to do my correlations because we already know a lot of the characteristics about Uncle Joe, and all I'm trying to do is show correlations with the astrology. So in the 12th house area, this is the house of hidden enemies, sickness, disease, betrayal, lies, deception, corruption, coercion, subversion, theft, bribery, blackmail, and it's all hidden. Okay, it's all behind the scenes. The hidden enemy. This is the hidden enemy within. And this person here is now presiding over the United States. He is, in my opinion, he is the epitome of the enemy within. This is the ultimate in betrayal. He's using all his natural gifts of Sun, Mercury, and Venus, and Mars, effectively in Scorpio, to betray, deceive, steal, lie, blackmail, coerce, subvert himself and his tribe at the expense of we the people. That is a very well-established theme now for the whole world. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows that Grandpa Joe is a criminal. Okay, so this is it. This is also the 12th house of crime, imprisonment, sickness, disease, okay? And it's in full, look at that. There's a full opposition right here to Uranus in Taurus. Sorry, Uranus in Gemini. It's right here, tight on the axis of relationships. And Uranus represents instability, awakenings, shock, extreme unpredictability in relationship dynamics, okay? And we've seen that live on the world stage. Saturn is very close by. Saturn, the great teacher, the great karmic influence, Saturn in Gemini. In other words, Saturn will hold you accountable for your words, okay? Joe is being tested. He has been tested on the world stage for 50, 60 years. And he's been extremely successful with this axis over here. But Saturn is kicking in right now. Saturn is in very small degrees of Gemini, and the transiting Saturn is in 0 degrees Pisces, which is in a hard square. You know what I should do? I should put the transits up as well. Anyway, we'll think, just give me my time here. Just give me a moment. So, as expected, we found a massive, let's just call it a fault line over here in the 12th house, as I expected. Next, I wanted to look at the nodal axis. Okay, the north node is up here in 0 degrees. What is that? Hold on, I'm going to scroll down here. It probably tells me something. North node at 0 degrees Virgo. That's very difficult to manifest. And Chiron is up here, 28 degrees Leo, and Pluto is in Leo at 28 degrees. Pluto's in Capricorn at 28 degrees right now. So I think we're seeing the previous lifetimes of wounding with this fellow Grandpa Joe and how he's acting out in this lifetime, showing the worst of it. There is, where is it? Hold on. Or the retro, sorry, what have I done? Damn it. Oh, I just did a reload, apparently. Okay. Oh, well, okay, let's go over here. Give me a second. Bear with me. True node is in Virgo. Okay, Chiron 28 degrees Leo, Pluto 7 degrees Leo. So it's very, very strong vibes. 7 degrees Leo is a very, very strong vibe for being on the world stage, being a star, okay? It's very similar age range to people like Mick Jagger, Paul McCartney, who had very more, I would say, healthier expressions of Pluto and Leo at the very early degrees. He's got, Joe has Neptune in Libra at 1 degree Okay, so wherever we find, let's have a look. Okay, over here, wherever you find Neptune in the chart, that's going to be a place where there's a lot of potential for, again, the Piscean 12th house type energy, losses, failures, tragedy, deceptions, lies, betrayal, deception, and corruption, all the negative, horrible things that I just described over here with the unhealthy expression of the 12th house. So now we're moving up here. Well, look at that. Look at Neptune. Neptune in Libra, 1 degree. So that's a fierce energy which could go anywhere, anyway, anyhow. It's extremely immature, unformed in the area of relationships. It doesn't know what it's doing. So the way I look at it, if you look at this chart, his Neptune is very harmonious with Uranus and Saturn and Venus. So my feeling is that he was born with this natural propensity to completely believe in his own fraud in terms of relationships between himself and the rest of the world, because Neptune is transpersonal. And there's really nothing to conflict it over here. And so, in other words, he doesn't see anything wrong with who he is or what he's doing. He's completely oblivious to his own, let's say, his own weaknesses, his own flaws. He's completely convinced of his own good nature. So we have, let's see, where is it? I think I was researching other charts and it showed the, let's see, where is it? I'm down here, true node, 0 degrees, Virgo, 29. It would be 29.99 degrees, Leo. So we're kind of on the cusp. So let's go, let me just give me some liberty here. Let's look at the cusp and allow for 29.999 degrees Leo as the true node, which is the same as 0 degrees Virgo. So how do you do things properly? At that high degree, the north node, it would be an indication that you've reached the point of desperation when it comes to leadership, where you have the chance to reach your zenith in terms of leadership, courage, bravery on the world stage, where in fact the south node energy would be at 0 degrees Aquarius. So let's go to 0 degrees Aquarius, which is sort of over. Let's take this down. Let's extrapolate. So we're down here. 29.9 degrees Aquarius down here. So there would be a natural default tendency to just think you're there to save the world. I'm here to save the world. I don't have to lead to do that. All I have to do is tell everybody I'm here to save the world. And the Aquarian vibes of the United States and China ultimately converge and coalesce because of that moon touching right down here. And so what I see is a lot of betrayal. Betrayal. It's very, in other words, very, very, let's say, very, very tricky language and communications. It's like a real setup for lies and lying in ways that are just baffling. The ability to lie bold-faced to yourself and to the world without any justice, without any Saturn karmic consequences. And yet here is Saturn in Gemini. And again, Saturn is pretty harmonious. Look at that. It's like no one's there to judge him. No one is there to take him down because nobody cares, because he's so convincing at what he is and what he does. He's got these striking 0 points here. Okay, cusp energy here, cusp energy here, cusp energy here, cusp energy here. Did I say this one as well? So there's a lot of, I want to call ambivalence, like, who am I? Who am I? Where did I come from? Where am I going? Well, I'm looking at, I believe, someone who's extremely unconscious at the very depths of their soul, and they've managed to get away with it because they've got away with it. And it shows here. He's very, very comfortable in his own skin with no sense of illegitimacy or wrongdoing or admission of his deceptions or betrayals. Nothing there. But for observers on the world stage might see something else, like I do. Now, if you look here, you see all the blue things, those are very harmonious. So it's very, very supportive. He's very, very lucky. This is almost like the shape of a Stanley knife blade. Have you seen that? Look at that. It's half of a grand sextile. So anyway, sorry, I'm starting to lose it again. Give me a moment here. So we've got the moon in Taurus over here. So it makes me feel that he has extreme naivety and high levels of unconsciousness regarding value, the value of things, the value of having values, the real value of money as opposed to the like what money really is and what money could be. And I think what he has done here, he's basically, again, through extreme naivety, succumbed to his desire for money and realizing, wow, it's really easy to have money. I can make millions and millions and millions of dollars by lying all day, every day. All I have to do is show up and lie and do what they teach you how to do in Washington. And this is like a freaking party, man. It works, baby. And he's been doing it for decades and decades, and he's got away with it. It's like he's blessed. It's like a criminal that just gets away with it all the time. And yet, there's this nasty T-square here at the soul. So even though his Pluto is blessed with lots of harmonious vibes here, and supported there, ultimately it's a betrayal. Look at this. Do you see the yod? This is the finger of God here, pointing right to this point, 0 degrees Taurus. It makes me feel like Grandpa Joe has absolutely zero integrity in terms of values. In other words, what's the point in having things like trust or integrity or truth or meaning or genuine values when it doesn't make sense financially? Money, Taurus. I can get money. It's much easier to make money and have a really good life by saying things that people believe that are absolute BS. This is so cool. This is going to be my day job. And he is the ¡1 world expert at this stuff. He excels at this, and he's still relatively untouchable. Even now today, it's mind-boggling to witness. Look at that. He's got Jupiter in Cancer, 25 degrees, lots of powerful harmony. So it's almost like it makes him bulletproof. The Pluto over here, strong harmony in this area over here, makes him kind of bulletproof. But what I see here is I guess is you choose what you see. I think there's a reason why, to me, it's staggering to me that he got so successful so far in his career. But when you look at the chart, well, no, it's not surprising after all. He's getting away with it. He's still getting away with it. And he's essentially untouchable. I mean, there's a lot of Saturn energy coming towards him now, coming in very, very, very tight, very, very hard. Pressure from the conservative people in Washington to try and make him accountable. But it's just like, he looks at them and goes like, what's there to see? You can't touch me. Where's the money? You know? Bye-bye. I'm untouchable. Bye-bye. And I have all these people who surround me who have also understood this game and how it works. And they are not about to betray me, Grandpa Joe, because if they do that, then they are all outed, because a lot of those people who are on his team are playing the same game. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. The Yod is pointing very fiercely at the 0 degrees Taurus moon, and that makes me feel like one of the important things in his lifetime is to please, at some point, grow up and get some kind of belief system and value system that has integrity. He's 80 years old, and there's no sign of it to this point. So he's obviously been very, very comfortable about getting away with being Grandpa Joe for decades, and he's still getting away with it. All right. So that's all I wanted to share. It's just me and my opinions. I'm going to try and load this up and get it out there as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching. I don't know when I'll be back. Bye-bye.